Hi there, welcome to this YouTube presentation live from Celtic Park, where we've just witnessed Celtic beating Motherwell 4 goals to 1 to maintain that 8-point lead at the top of the Premiership table. It was 2-0 to the boys at half-time, thanks to goals from Scott Sinclair and a header from Odsonne Edouard, with a great assist from man of the match Ewan Henderson, making his first competitive start for the boys this afternoon. Into the second half, and a moment of real controversy after 50 minutes when Christopher Ayer had played the ball out because Ryan Christie had to receive treatment on a hamstring injury, and instead of Motherwell throwing the ball back to Celtic, which is customarily the case, they threw the ball to their own teammate, who then ran forward, played the shot across. It was parried by Scott Bain, and the rebound went into the back of the net. The Celtic fans, the Celtic players were not happy at all. The goal stood. Motherwell were back in the game, but then the quality really shone through once more. A wonderful 25-yard free kick from Odsonne Edouard. His second goal of the afternoon made it 3-1 to the boys, and then Ollie Burke came off the bench, set up by James Forrest to make it 4-1. Watching the game with me live on Celtic TV this afternoon is former Celtic defender and current head of academy scouting, Willie McStay. Willie, it was a game that really had everything, wasn't it?
Oh, Jerry, right from the off, it was. We started bright. Then Motherwell became resilient. They sat in, and it was hard to break down. But the goals that you mentioned there were real quality. The first goal, Beaton showing great ability on the edge of his own box, releasing Tierney. Tierney drives virtually 60, 70 yards. As he does, and leading and driving and that intensity that he plays at. He gets into the final third and rolls the ball back to Christie, and Christie's cross was shape, the weight, and what a finish from Sinclair. And that was a real turning point in the game, because we did really work hard to get that first opening, and from that we never looked back. You mentioned there about Ewan Henderson, what a game he played, his first full start, but the part he played in the second goal was fantastic. We had a situation again, Bayata.
Right next to us just as we go live. Cheers, guys.
But what we had was Bayata stepping forward again, playing in the way we like it to be done. A great ball to Henderson. His first touch set him up for the cross, but the shape and the pace of the cross, it was fantastic. And Edouard, he just gets across the defender and heads the ball like a bullet into the net. So two fantastic goals. And
the one bit of controversy, though, Willie, in the second half, everybody's going to be talking about it tomorrow, was the Motherwell goal. What was it? Naivety about Celtic players, or was it just bad gamesmanship from Motherwell?
I think it's the latter. I think in these circumstances, look, I've always seen that the team will throw the ball back. They put the ball out for an injured player, but it was just a surreal moment. If you look at the line, the back four of Celtic's up the pitch, and they throw it to their own striker, who's 10 yards behind, and he drives in at the angle. One thing in his mind, he's going to try and score. Bain makes a good save, and then obviously the rebound goes in. But the atmosphere just changed at that moment. It's something that you could see the players were incensed. The goalkeeper's lost a goal, he wants a clean sheet. The defenders want to do that as well. So there was pushing and shoving, and it's a wonder it didn't go worse than what it did. The dugouts, and the baffling thing is, what was said in the Motherwell dugout as well. Was it encouraged? Is it something where the young players took it on his own back? But they're things that will be debated long, and really up to tempo here again. And what reaction
it'll be
Celtic.
Interesting to hear what the manager says about that. We'll hear from Brendan Rodgers in a second. But when we were watching it live, you turned to me and you said, "Well, you've seen it happen before in England, and what you think and what you thought might happen if they got the word from the manager was that they might just let Celtic go and score from the kickoff."
Jerry, as a professional and even in coaching, I've never seen that happen. Normally it goes back to the team, but I have seen on television where there's a goal scored in England, and the agreement was from the kick-off a walk-through, and so that balances the whole thing off again. But
so were you surprised when they didn't do that?
Well, I thought that would be the reaction, because every player was involved. The game had came to a stalemate. There was nothing happening except from people being agitated and annoyed with the whole situation, and I thought that might happen, but it didn't. And the goal stood, which was for me a shock. And it
gave them a lift.
You've got game on then.
Well, you have, exactly. It gave Motherwell a lift. You could tell that. I mean, they gave the crowd a lift as well, and that the reaction that they have. But that seemed to spur the Celtic players on as well. And the free kick from Odsonne Edouard was an absolute joy to watch.
Oh, it's a special free kick, about 25 yards. He was actually over the ball with Ewan Henderson, who'd hit a free kick, a good one earlier, but he took the ball off him, put it down, and what a decision that was. He's put the ball over the wall with dip, and it's clipped underside of the bar. A fantastic goal. The goalkeeper had no chance of it, and that, I must admit, every roar for the goals here is loud, but there's a special emphasis on that one.
That one went in, and then Oliver Burke came off the bench to make it 4 late on. So 8-point lead is back at the top of the Premiership table. Next up for Celtic, a trip to Tynecastle on Wednesday night, a game that you can see live on Celtic TV outside the UK and Ireland. Let's hear the immediate reaction though of Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers speaking with John Ledwith.
Brendan, I have to begin with the disappointing nature of how that game changed. What was a good football game? Your thoughts, and have you ever been through anything like that before?
No, I haven't, no. It was, listen, first of all, a brilliant win for my players. You can see what they were putting into the game after such a difficult game Thursday night, playing, with 10 men to come into a tough game like that today. Command and lead 2-0 and scored 2 very good goals. And then the goal is so disappointing because referees get a lot of stick up here, a lot of criticism, but I think today it's about players. I think it's nothing to do with a young kid making his debut or making his first start. It's not very good, and okay, they make a mistake, but Motherwell have a chance to rectify that and don't. So then at 2-1 we have to then, and you sense the crowd, the injustice of it, because it was such a and I don't think the right back, to be fair, I think he was throwing it back to Kieran, and then the young striker just runs onto it. So then we had to then show the depth of our determination and guts and quality to keep pushing, and like I say, we ended up with scoring another 2 goals, and it was an absolutely brilliant win for us. But yeah, disappointing that with that goal, because like I say, it's not what you want to see in a football pitch.
Let's talk about those goals. A finer selection of 4 goals I don't think I've seen. They were all in their own right superb.
Yeah, no, great. The first one was a brilliant ball in by Ryan. Great cross and really good finish with Scotty. Second one again, young Ewan Henderson, who I thought was brilliant. Showed great poise and control in the game. He was absolutely outstanding. So again, a great cross and a finish by Odsonne. Third goal was just big quality. To get it up and over the wall, and end was for 3-1 was brilliant. And then Oliver coming in and finishing really well as well. James intercepting, squaring it, and then the finish. So not 4 outstanding goals. I'm disappointed for the team because it's a goal against our name, which these players have been absolutely heroic and how we played and worked. So it's a goal that isn't deserving against them.
Ryan Christie appeared to pull up holding his hamstring. I'm not sure if you know any more about that injury.
Yeah, it looked like a hamstring, so we'll just have to wait and see on that.
And a big game coming up on Wednesday. Of course, the last thing you need is someone out injured. You'll be looking forward to the captain returning.
Yeah, no, it's important that we get midfield players. I always like to have more midfield players because I play them in different positions, and like I say, we're even running out of midfield players. So yeah, but important that Scott's back, and then and like I say, he's an important player for the team.
Well done today, Brendan.
Pleasure. Thank you. Thanks.